Hola guys and girls and welcome to the team builder for GBA Week 2. We are up against the New York Noibats, coached by none other than Mewtwo fan Nate. And as an enthusiast, he of course got the Mewtwo, but let's talk about that another time, of course. Yeah, we came up a win last week, a pretty big one, 5-0 against the Los Angeles Kings. Sadly, there was some hacks involved, or like sadly in the case that would rather won a clean game 5-4. Of course, I'm still happy about the 5-4 win, because who wouldn't be, basically. Oh yeah, we have a pretty good start, and now we are facing Mewtwo fan Nate, which is a conferential matchup, so he is in the other division in our conference, so this is obviously more important already in the overall playoff race than the last week. But not as maximum important as it could be. It's not a divisional matchup. But yeah, obviously we want to win versus everyone in this league, and Mewtwo fan Nate is no exception from that. This is of course the first time that I'm facing him. He's a new guy in the GBA, and yeah, outside of the GBA, I never faced him. So yeah, don't really know how to approach this game properly. I watched his week 1 game. So that's like all the scouting I did, but like I said, watching games and facing them in real time are two different things. You can do all the scouting you want to do, but unless you face them already, I think only that way it gives you a good idea how they build and how they play and all this good stuff. Because obviously when you build a team, you look at what I would bring versus myself, and then you can see, okay, does he look the same? What is the difference he does? And you know, okay, I have now this mon in this situation versus him. What does he want to switch in? And that's what you base predictions around. Then you see what he does. Does he do the same as you, or does he do something different? That's why I think playing yourself is always more important. But yeah, of course, scouting helps a lot. There's no doubting about that. But yeah, that's enough for that. Like I said, second week, not too much decided yet. We are actually currently #1 in the league because we had the highest win. But that, of course, doesn't mean much since it's only week 1. And yeah, but after week 2, we can hopefully solidify that spot for ourselves. But yeah, with that, we first have to overcome Nate and his team. And let's go over that real quick. He got the Mewtwo, the Naganadel, the Skarmory, Sylveon, Mega Gyarados, Terrakion, Arcanine, Seismitoad, Decidueye, Tornadus Incarnate, and Galvantula. His Zoom users are the Terrakion and the Tornadus Eye. So, biggest threats, without a doubt, his 2 Ubers, which are the Mewtwo. Like, I think I will say that a lot, that the biggest threats are just 2 Ubers, which makes sense in when you, like, well, it's not really an Ubers draft we have. Like, a lot of people say, oh, it's the Uber season, we all have Ubers draft. With only 2 Ubers mons, it's more like a regular draft with 2 Ubers mons tagged on. So, I mean, otherwise, the regular draft would be an OU draft, but no one considers it that. So, yes, it's a standard draft with 2 Ubers tagged on. And usually, the Ubers are way more offensive threats than defensive threats. So, that's why most of the times they're going to be the biggest threats. But yeah, Mewtwo, like I said, way too much coverage. It is very speedy, thankfully. I do have a good amount of speed on my team as well. So, I do have mons which are faster, but Mewtwo has way too much bulk, which is problematic. If this thing is Life Orb, and I have no switch-ins, everything is 2-hit KO'd on my team. I would have to try berries to not be 2-hit KO'd, but there's only very few mons on my team which can potentially OHKO as Mewtwo. So yeah, that's gonna be troublesome. If he's not Life Orb, I have a switch-in, but if he is, we have some trouble. And then we have Naganadel. That, of course, is annoying because it's very fast as well. As mentioned, it's a bit slower than Mewtwo, so I'm fine in that regard. But the speed boost can be annoying. He only needs 1 speed boost and then he's faster and everything. So that is going to be troublesome. It has not the best coverage, but at least with my team, it had all the coverage it needs. Dragon Stab, Poison Stab, Fire Move. That's all you need with my team. Then Nasty Plot as last move, and I'm the World of Hurt. And then other offensive problems to face are the Tornadus Eye, because that can go both ways, and Z-move is kind of scary with the Hurricane, all this good stuff. And then the Terrakion, of course. It can set up in both ways, Rock Polish to outspeed everything, or Sword Stance to just break through my walls. And with the Z-move, he definitely has potential to do that. So I would say, if I have to rank the threats, I would say Mewtwo, Naganadel, Terrakion. Mega Gyarados, not as much, since I have a very great check to Mega Gyarados in my Tangrowth, which is theoretically a good check to Terrakion as well, but Terrakion has the stronger stab moves in Stone Edge and Close Combat, and he has a Z potential. So, and he has a Sword Stance setup, which gives you a +2 boost, which is of course way more scary with a defensive mon than the Dragon Dance. Dragon is of course more scary if you have like only Revenge Killers left to deal with. But yeah, that's my summarizing. He has potential for Sticky Web as well, so all the things I mentioned about me having faster mons than his Mewtwo and Naganadel and being able to Revenge Kill through that might actually not be an option if he has the Sticky Webs up. And then defensive-wise, he has the Seismitoad, which is very annoying because Seismitoad quote-unquote forces my Mega Manectric to run Hidden Power Grass. And that means I don't have hidden power either anymore for Naganadel and other mons. So yeah, that is always annoying. And Skarmory, Sylveon, just a very nice Steel Fairy defensive core. One to physical hits, one to special hits, and yeah, boom, you got the defensive mons. But yeah, that's this whole team. Now let's go over mine and see what I brought to the table. Let's start with Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flaving Tube Man. The Deoxys attack. Once again, Life Orb for attacks. Actually, this speed is perfectly enough to outspeed a max hit Mewtwo, which is pretty funny. It just had to be max speed, not even plus speed or something else. I can run max speed and then a plus attack or plus special attack nature. But let's talk about the moves. I was debating a lot about what to run with this set. In the end, I did the very standard thing, which is mainly physical with Psycho Boost on the special side. But yeah, I was thinking a lot because theoretically this set can't hit Skarmory all that well. I was thinking about do I put Thunderbolt, do I put Grass Knot? Grass Knot hits of course Seismitoad better, hits the Gyarados better, Thunderbolt hits the Skarmory though. Do I need Psycho Boost or is Psychic enough as well? I definitely want Extreme Speed and Knockoff because Knockoff is there to revenge kill Mewtwo. That's what the attack here is there for. 116 with an plus attack nature with the Life Orb is enough to OHKO Mewtwo from full with the Knockoff if he has an item that is. And he can't have Z Crystal and he can't have a Mega Stone. So the only way preventing Mewtwo OHKO him would be a Cold Berry. Then Extreme Speed, of course, to revenge kill some stuff. And yeah, Grass Knot, like I said, mainly therefore the Mega Gyarados hits the Seismitoad as well. It's basically a triple OHKO versus Seismitoad, I think. And Psycho Boost to everything else. With this special attack investment right here, it's not really for Grass Knot. I don't need that much for Grass Knot to like OHKO Mega Gyarados and the Seismitoad. What this special attack investment here is that I can 2-hit KO a Skarmory with Psycho Boost if he's physically defensive. If he's special defensive, it's gonna be a bit more trouble. But yeah, that was like kind of the compromise I had to make to hit all his team, or like at least the biggest threats I expect. That I don't really have coverage for Skarmory. I just have to hope that he's physically defensive and Psycho Boost just hits like a nuke. And 2 times that is, and then he's dead. So that's the plan with that. Pretty straightforward. What's going to be Deoxys most of the times? It's Deoxys attack. The attack is in all caps in this scenario. Next up, we got Mila, the Jirachi with Iron Head, Zen-Headbutt, U-Turn, and Stare Frog. Once again, a more speedy utility variant. Not fully offensive, not fully defensive. First of all, the speed is enough for Mega Gyarados if he's max speed Jolly, so I can outspeed that. All the other mons he has, which are practically are between that, like which I could outspeed as well, like the Arcanine mainly. I don't expect Arcanine to be offensive. Of course, it could be problematic if he is, but with my team, really only defensive makes sense, or I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come at all. So that's what my scenario there. But yeah, this is the speed form. Then the attack is there, so I can OHKO a Naganadel after rocks with Zen-Headbutt. That's the problem here. At first I was special. There I could actually OHKO from full because Psychic is stronger than Headbutt, because Zen-Headbutt is base 80. Psychic is base 90 base power, but in the end I decided I need to be physical, and that's because this is my, like the special attack and the HP and special defense investment and the Aqua Berry is obviously there for the Naganadel, because I don't have to worry about his Strength Stab, don't have to worry about his Poison Stab. What I have to worry about is his Fire Stab, and this is enough. With this bulk and this Aqua Berry, I can guarantee live at a +2 Life Orb Fire Blast from Naganadel, and then proceed to OHKO with Zen-Headbutt. Sadly, I do have to hit though, which can be a bit scary. Then rocks, because it's the only rock on the team, beautiful momentum, and Iron Head is there. At first I had, like I said, at first it was a special variant with Psychic, because that just deals better with all the other, with the Naganadel. But I looked at my team after I finished building, and I was way too weak to Sylveon, and I need a better switch into Sylveon, which can better deal with Sylveon, and that is my Jirachi as well with the Iron Head. Because Flash Cannon just doesn't do the trick, and Iron Head can of course potentially flinch versus Sylveon and all this good stuff. So yeah, that's why in the end I decided to be a physical Jirachi due to the Sylveon, because I looked at my whole team and nothing switched into Hyper Voice. I have 2 mons which are weak to it. This Jirachi can kind of do it, but then it doesn't really deal with it 1v1, since Flash Cannon does too little. He can like Wish and all his shenanigans and would potentially beat me 1v1 depending on how bulky he is on the special side. So in the end I decided Iron Head is just way better to give me a very reliable way to beat the Sylveon 1v1 potentially. And then, next up we got Spätzle, a very important mon versus his team. This thing is there to check the Terrakion and the Mega Gyarados. Has Grass Knot, Hidden Power Fire, Knockoff and Leech Seed. Minus speed, since all his slow mons are already faster than me. And I would have to put way too much speed to outspeed potentially a slow defensive mon. So in the end, I said minus speed is worth it, so it gives me more power on my knockoffs and all this good stuff. Knockoff, of course, nice to get rid of items and all the shenanigans. Grass Knot over Giga Drain, because Grass Knot just does way more damage with the Mega Gyarados and the Terrakion. Actually, that's why the 28 special attack is here, because with 28 special attack, Grass Knot OHKOs Terrakion from full. And sadly it doesn't OHKO the main Gyarados, but it gets close after Rocks. So Gyarados is just way too specially bulky. And yeah, Hinbao Fire there. So if it is something that resembles a hit on Skarmory, and then Leech Seed is there as secondary recovery move. Since I don't have Giga Drain, I have to rely on Regenerate and Leftovers. I thought Leech Seed would be nice to get some bit more recovery on myself. But yeah, let's talk about the spread. Like I said, the special attack already explained. The physical defense, this is enough physical defense to not be 2-hit KO'd by a Life Orb Terrakion. Life Orb Close Combat will not 2-hit KO me. Sadly, Choice Banded Close Combat has a very good chance of 2-hit KOing me. And that is a problem because even if I would be max, Choice Banded Close Combat has a good chance to 2-hit KO me. So I thought it's no use to go for that. The other good thing is that I can live +2 Z close combat with that, since then it's not life up boosted, and yeah, since I wouldn't be 2-hit KO'd by that, I can live that as well. So even if a sword stands up, this thing is not going down, at least on full, versus the Terrakion. And like I said, Gyarados is even weaker than Terrakion versus me, since his best move he has is Crunch, which is only 80 base power versus potentially 120 base power close combat, which is me neutral. So yeah, this thing is going to be pressured a lot, especially if he brings both Mega Gyarados and Terrakion. Like I said, Terrakion, huge threat versus my team. If he's Rock Polish, this thing is always check, because there's close to nothing which he can do to really scare me. But if he's Sword Stance, then the trouble begins. So yeah, that's Tango for you. Next up, we got Duracell, one of our mentioned fast mons after Deoxys attack. Enough speed for for the Mewtwo, and max special attack, and then Riddle and Bulk and all this good stuff. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Grass, and Snarl. Snarl is there because I wanted something, like I said, since Mewtwo and Naganadel are so big threats, and Mega Magic can't OHKO both, and doesn't even do that much damage to both. Versus Naganadel, because I don't have Hidden Power Ice, and there's Mewtwo because it's just way too bulky, and if he's like Core Mind and all this good stuff, then I wouldn't be able to do much damage with Thunderbolt. Snarl is very nice utility because it gives me a special attack drop on them, which doesn't do a lot of damage, even if it's super effective with Mewtwo. It doesn't even do that much damage. I think like maximum 30 to 40%, which is laughable. And yeah, but it gives me the 100% chance to drop the special attack by 1. I guess it's not 100% since there's a 5% chance I could miss, but yeah, dropping the special attack of these monsters is awesome because that offers my Mandibuzz and my Jirachi chance to potentially live hits from them, even though they're already weakened. So that's I thought Snarl is a nice utility for me. Then of course Hidden Power Grass there for the Seismitoad, and then Thunderbolt Volt Switch, just straight stat moves. Next up, we got our really a second revenge killer, because that's not really a revenge killer, this is like more momentum, annoying stuff fast. This is a good revenge killer, and the next revenge killer is Choice Scarf Kyurem Black with Dragon Claw, Fusion Bolt, Shadow Claw, and Iron Head. And another fun fact, just max speed without plus nature, so same as Deoxys in that regard, gives me the 147 speed, which is the same as Jirachi, because that is exactly enough for a max speed Jolly Mega Gyarados. So even if they had +1 with Mega Gyarados, my Choice Scarf Kyurem Black is still faster, and we are fully physical with Dragon Claw, Fusion Bolt, Shadow Claw, and Iron Head. I was thinking about the thing a lot as well. What do I want to give it? Do I want to be mixed with Ice Beam? Because looking at this whole team, Ice Beam is way easier spammable versus this team. Dragon Claw does more damage to most of them, but or to a few of them. But of course he has immunity in like Sylveon and a very good switch in Skarmory. But Ice Beam is usually just way more spammable. He has less Ice Resist than he has Dragon Resist. And that's why I think, okay, do I want Ice Beam? Because I'm a Choice Scarf, I usually want to spam moves. But in the end, I decide fully physical is the way to go, because that gives me stronger Shadow Claws versus the Mewtwo, stronger Fusion Bolts. Because this Fusion Bolt from max attack element, 170 attack stat, Kyurem Black, even 2-hit KOs at physically defensive Skarmory. So there we go, Fusion Bolt just hits like a truck. And Dragon Claw helps me a lot versus basically everything. But I can range kill Naganadel, I can do 2-hit KO Mewtwo, I can yeah, do a lot of team butches. The rest of the team basically, barring the Skarmory and the Sylveon, which is very annoying. But like I said, I have coverage for Skarmory in this, and coverage for Sylveon in this. Fusion Bolt already does a good amount to Sylveon as well, but Ironhead of course does way more. It's super effective as well. And yeah, that's Kyurem Black for you. Prime Revenge Killer. It's probably not going to be a sweeper, I want to assume, since he has just way too many monsters which potentially can resist Dragon Claw, or monsters which can potentially resist Iron Head, or Shadow Claw, or Fusion Bolt. This is like more, I come in, I get a kill, and then I switch out again. Whereas I think Deoxys has a better chance of just coming in, getting a kill, getting another kill, getting another kill, getting another kill, and boom, the game is won. Basically the sweeper. But yeah, that's Kyurem Black for you. And last but not least, we got Mandibuzz, our check to the Mewtwo. 12 speed just for speed creep shenanigans, and this is enough special defense investment, so a non-life up Mewtwo can't 2-hit KO me with stuff like Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. Don't really know what he would run with my team, both make sense, but I think Ice Beam a bit more. But yeah, this is enough, so I don't get 2-hit KO by non-life up Ice Beam. If he's life up or Choice Specs or Expert Belt, I get 2-hit KO'd. Even if I would be max HP, max BDF, these moves would 2-hit KO me. So, like I said, that's kind of had to compromise and look at what kind of variant he is. Same with the Tangrowth here. By the way, the special defense is just literally left over these. This is the defense I need, the special attack I need, all the rest in SpDef, and then we have leftovers in attack. This is not to live anything specific. Same with Mandibuzz. This is the special defense I need, a little speed, a little attack, and then boom, rest in defense in case. I don't know why it comes into play. Maybe I have to chew a physical hit and it comes into play. But either way, that's DVs. Leftovers big packs because overcoat I don't need there. Roost for recovery. Defog to get rid of hazards. Mainly the Sticky Web in case he brings that, because that could be very annoying. Then U-turn for momentum, and Foul Play there is my main stab move because it's just the best way to hit the Mewtwo. And in general, other monsters team. If it would be Mono Knockoff, the Terrakion could set up on me, gets a boost, and then I can't really hit it. If I'm Mono Foul Play, if he gets up a Salt Stance, I can do a lot of damage to him. And Foul Play does a good amount to Mewtwo as well, since Mewtwo has a very good attack stat. So it's sadly, depending on the variant he is, not a 2-hit KO, but can do a lot of damage and definitely bring it in range, for example, of my Kyurem with Dragon Claw or my Begamnetric, and I guess it's always in range of knockoff barring his Core Berry. But yeah, that's my Mandibuzz for you. It's mainly then I switch into Mewtwo and other special effects as well. Depending on the Naganadel set, which can switch into that as well, but plus 2 Draco Meteor, that's just way too much to this. That's why I have my secondary check in Jirachi. But yeah, it's a good switch into Thornaeus as well if he's special. But overall, that is my team. Let me, of course, know in the comments what you think about it. Who's going to be the MVP? Who's going to be the LVP? Will we pull through? What did I do wrong? What did I do right? All these questions I would have answered down there. But that is all from me. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me up on Twitter and Facebook. All the links are in the description. And I will see you tomorrow for the match. Ciao.